2020 McLaren GT review. What's in a name? McLaren has said on more than one occasion that it absolutely, positively will not build an SUV. So how is the brand catering to customers who desire a softer, gentler McLaren? Meet the new GT. That's GT as in Grand Tourer, a McLaren for folks who want to cover great distances in great comfort, presumably at great speeds. On those criteria, the GT is as perfectly suited for long-haul duty as any of McLaren's other products. It is most definitely a supercar at its core. I mean that literally. The GT uses the same layout and construction as McLaren's other cars: carbon fiber tub chassis, 2 seats, and a big V8 mounted midship. The tub in question is the company's monocell 2T design that's T for touring, meaning it includes an upper structure placed above the engine, which forms the underside of the luggage compartment. In order to accommodate this larger cargo area, the V8 sits nearly 5 inches lower in the GT's body than it does in a McLaren 720S. The airflow and exhaust hardware has been redesigned so the two big outlets are positioned as low as possible, below the bumper, rather than just under the taillights, as they are on the 720S. All of this is done to keep the powertrain's heat as far away from the cargo hold as possible. You don't want that pint of Ben & Jerry's half-baked to melt on the way home, do you? The GT uses McLaren's 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8, good for 612 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. That puts the GT between the 570S and 720S in terms of output, and the rest of the performance specs follow suit. The GT will accelerate to 60 miles per hour in just over 3 seconds and will hit 124 miles per hour only 6 seconds later. All told, assuming you've got the space to stretch its legs, the GT will hit 203 miles per hour. Big power is what Grand Tourers and supercars are all about. But while GTs usually give up some sharpness in favor of passenger comfort and overall refinement, the McLaren makes no such compromises. On a winding road, the GT is as engaging to drive as any McLaren I've ever sampled. The hydraulically assisted power steering is a direct line of communication to the 225/35 series front tires, perfectly weighted and beautifully responsive. The engine is ferocious, the dual-clutch gearbox is a dream. The harder I push the GT, the more willing it is to play. Yet it all feels easy. The GT's mannerisms are super easy to learn, and it doesn't take long to form a rapport with the controls. You never want for power, but it never sneaks up on you or kicks you in the ass if you tap the throttle too eagerly. Even if you get it wrong mid-corner, the GT doesn't punish your actions. Short of disabling every electronic safety net, it's very hard to ruffle the GT's feathers. Now, consider all the things you can't get on the GT. You won't find cooled or massaging seats here, and don't even bother asking for driver assistance features like adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, or anything else. Are these deal breakers for a supercar? Not really. But are they the kinds of things you'd want on a Grand Tourer? Absolutely. This may be the GT of McLaren's, but it's a Grand Tourer in name only. The 570S and 720S are perfectly willing to settle down and play nice when you're just on your way to work, and no one part of the GT is far and away more luxurious than its counterparts. It's just easier to load up, and easier to park. Instead, the GT is a great way to wedge another model in between McLaren's other sports cars. It has a look all its own and is every bit as exciting to drive. Is it a true GT? Not really. But it might be my favorite of McLaren's current offerings. And it's way more interesting than an SUV.